Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm here to review The Real Housewives of Lagos season 3 episode 4. This episode starts with Sophia. We'll just go straight to Sophia. They introduce Sophia to us, who she is. She's a fashion designer, she's a mom, and of course we all know Sophia from online debacle, right? So Sophia is the owner of TSM brand, and she's taking this role and she receives a call from Miriam. Miriam tells us that she met Sophia through her makeup artist Anita. That's her former makeup artist who did her makeup on her wedding day. So that's how they met, and ever since then, they've just been they use the word cool to describe each other. They've been cool with each other.
Every time I see her when we go out, we get drunk all the time.
So as Miriam is, telling us how she knows about Sophia, I kind of noticed something, right? Like when Miriam was still talking, like her whatever she was saying was muted, and then we could hear Sophia's voice over Miriam's video, right?
I met Sophia through Anita. Anita is my makeup artist, or was my makeup artist. She did my makeup for my wedding day. This was 2015, December.
Anyways, we'll catch up when you come.
So I guess something was wrong with the editing. I don't know what's that, and I don't know if there's going to be an explanation for it later. We are then taken to Miriam's house. We see Miriam is visited by her cousin. Is it cousin or auntie?
I consider my cousin, but she says no, my auntie. Typically, yes, she's my auntie. Soliet's dad and my grandpa are siblings. I'm older than her.
Soliet, anyway. So that's distant cousin. That's the way I would describe it. They are distant cousins, and she sort of says Soliet is like her aunt. I don't understand how she's describing Soliat as her aunt. The only way I can understand it is that they're distant cousins. And while watching this scene, right, there's just something I would say I noticed with Miriam. Miriam is the only cast that I can see that has a good relationship with the whole of her family. Like every time Miriam introduces a family member, it's always someone different. It's always some distant cousin, some uncle, some aunts. Have those kind of people in our family that they always keep up with you, always asking after you and stuff all the time. So that's how Miriam is. Solia brings puff for her, and Miriam, keeps telling us that she really loves puff. It's a Nigerian thing. Over the puff, they are discussing. Miriam is telling Solia how, she and her family are doing in the States, and then she tells Solia that she's no longer interested in surrogacy. If you remember from season 2, she told us that she was trying to have another child, and I guess it has been proving difficult, and she hasn't had that child yet, so it hasn't been successful. So she said she had this discussion with her husband, and her husband just says, you know what, they should just leave it. Just drop that issue, live their lives and be free. And yes, I agree with them. I agree with their decision, right? Sometimes when you're looking for something so bad and you've been trying, you don't get it, it's just better to let it go. Most of the time when you let it go and you just continue to live your life and enjoy life, then that thing that you have been hoping for will come. So I really like that. Next scene shows Laura doing a photo shoot, and we see that her photographer is Chris. Chris on the previous episode, who is also her gym instructor, right? So he's also here taking her pictures, and she tells us that the pictures are for this is for a cover page of an international magazine. Wow. So Laura is going international. That's a very good one. And I do hope that I get to see the magazine anyway later on. So that's just what they are doing in this scene. So after taking the pictures, right, then Laura tells us, we actually see Laura sending a message to Caroline saying that she'd like to go on the lunch dates with Caroline so that they can chat and whatnot. I guess trying to mend broken bridges. The next thing, we see Mariam at her office, and she's discussing with Henry, her IT consultants. I think I guess from what I could see anyway, I guess they're trying to design the websites or something. And it's in that meeting, right, that Caroline calls, and Mariam picks up the call, and for me it's a bit off. Like, you're in the office doing something official, you're with one of your staff, and then you are picking a call from your friend for Real Housewives, for reality TV. I don't know. I just felt like maybe she would have excused herself or told the guy to excuse her and finish that discussion with Caroline before she continues, or instead she'd have ended the call, right, and finished whatever she was doing with Henry, then call Caroline later. But anyway, she picks up this call in front of Henry, and she and Caroline are discussing. Caroline invites her to her movie premiere, the movie premiere for My Fairy Tale Wedding. I haven't watched that movie yet. I'll try and see if I can watch it, so I'll also review it. So she invites her for the premiere of My Fairy Tale Wedding, and Caroline is discussing dress code, that she should come dressed as her alter ego. Caroline was talking about, if you come in corsets, that's your business. That's why I said it felt off having that discussion in front of Henry, because there were really some feminine things that she and Mariam were talking about on the phone, and I felt sort of embarrassed that Henry was there listening to that discussion. But anyway, if Miriam is okay with it, then fine. I would like to just specially discuss Miriam's outfit in the diary room for this episode.
I think it's not just about me and Puff Puff, it's about the whole entire Nigerian.
The outfit was giving me this Men in Black vibe. Well, that's new for Miriam. That's a new one. I really like seeing her in this outfit that makes her look different from what she normally wears. So I really like that. The next thing shows Dabuta in taekwondo class with her daughter. Dabuta registered her daughter for taekwondo class. So she was actually there watching the daughter, learning from the taekwondo master. And I really like that, because they showed the daughter giving some punches.
One. Yeah! Thank you. Go! Yeah! That's thunderous. That's it. Go! One! Yeah! Go!
Yeah! Go!
It's not just, honestly, I was really excited. I really liked it. I like seeing that kind of stuff where women girls and women are learning the act of self-defense because they will definitely need it in life. So honestly, watching this scene, I think I'll score Dabuta high mother points, like high mothering points. Like she's a very good mother. If you're a mother that really cares for your daughter, for your female children, even I think for your male children as well, you want them to go and learn self-defense, taekwondo, or whichever one. So kudos to Dabuta. Anyway, Dabuta takes she excuses herself and she calls Diadem to tell Diadem that she's going to be traveling, so she won't be around for some days. But like when she comes back, she'd like to plan an event for the ladies. Dabuta says, okay, wow, safe journey, whatnot. And Dabuta receiving the call. We see that Dabuta is in her home. She's receiving IV shots when Diadem, we see that Diadem is in her home receiving IV shots when Dabuta's call comes in. And Diadem then tells us she's receiving IV shots. The doctor takes her blood pressure, and her blood pressure is quite okay for her age. And I didn't know that they take your blood pressure before they give you IV shots. So that's the first time I'm seeing that. And Dabuta then tells us that she takes IV shots like twice in a month. I was really shocked to like twice in a month, like isn't that a bit much? And then she goes on to make it worse by saying that she also takes, sometimes if she's feeling really, really stressed and tired, she take IV shots once every week. Like, I was so surprised, like, Dabuta, do you not know that you shouldn't be introducing this kind of stuff into your system all the time? I thought it was supposed to be something like once in a quarter, but what do I know, right? Like I've always said, I don't know anything about high fashion and this stuff. I believe in taking multivitamins. I believe in taking beauty supplements. I do take them to once in a while, but sometimes it shouldn't be. I believe that it shouldn't be excessive in your system, right? There are some things it's going to corrupt somewhere along the line. That's my personal belief, but everybody to their own belief, right? In the next thing, we see Mariam go to visit Sophia. Actually, Sophia invites her over so that they discuss business. So when Mariam comes in, and Mariam was about to enter the living room with her shoes, and Sophia was like, "Oh, sorry, we're trying our best to make this house germ-free because someone is receiving chemotherapy in the home." And that's when Mariam asks who, Sophia says it's her mom, and honestly, I really felt so bad. So she explained her mom had cancer, receiving chemo treatments, and so the kind of struggles they have gone through and her experience with that, and it was really, really touching, really sad. Having a parent that is ill that I have to look after. Honestly, it's a very tough one. I really felt for Sophia, and even Mariam said it that the two things that she fears the most in life: snakes and cancer. So I get it. They go to the living room, they have these chats. So Sophia tells Mariam that she wants Mariam to use her PR skills for her line as a TSM brand. She wants Mariam to help her to promote the TSM brand. Like, so Mariam then says, okay, she discusses how she's going to go about it, and she says, I'm going to send you the invoice. And Sophia says,
Mariam, please, I'm a single mother.
Then Mariam answers, like,
I'm a single
Please,
mother.
please, let the boy breathe, yo.
okay, that conversation was sort of funny, right? Because, of course, I know Sophie will be able to pay whatever Mariam charges her. So I guess they told they were just trying to be funny. And it's Mariam let the pop. Mariam's let the pop breathe. That just made me laugh. I already started this, let the something breathe again. It was quite funny. Anyway, after that, there's a pallet served in front of them so that they eat. They're drinking, they're eating. And then Mariam asks her most favorite question.
Wait, do you even have a boyfriend?
When Mariam asked it, I said, of course. It will not be Mariam if she doesn't ask this. But anyway, Sophia tells her,
I do.
Chef, give me tea.
and Sophia mentions,
Still very new.
Okay.
He's fun.
Hope he's intentional.
He's not Nigerian. He's older. He's very intentional. He's very rich. He's very, very rich. It's one of my favorite things about him. He's very, very rich.
the emphasis, she was over-emphasizing on the point that he was very rich, and I was wondering why she did that. He's very rich. Saying he's very rich once is enough, but repeating it over and over again, it just made me feel like, is that the only thing that this guy has to offer you? But anyway, after over-emphasizing it, right, she goes on to say there are some things that she has learned from this guy. Like, the guy is into quiet luxury, and so she has learned the art of quiet luxury from him, which is good because that's the most mature way to handle it. I also don't believe in showing off your lifestyle online, like to impress who. Just be quiet about whatever you have. Maybe they are going to show us who this guy is later on in the season. But anyway, she tells all this to Miriam, and I was like, I felt somehow like Sophia shouldn't have said all these things to Miriam, because we know the kind of person that Miriam is, very nosy, and I hope that Miriam doesn't get to use this against her in the future. Let's wait and see. So Miriam then asks if Sophia knows Caroline, and Sophia says yes. So Miriam then invites Sophia to Caroline's event. That's the private movie premiere. So she invites her, and Sophia says yes, she's going to attend. So we then go to Caroline's event. At the movie premiere, she invites Gordon's to drink. They placed a stand in the room, right? So they start to prepare these cocktails, or is it mocktails? Whichever one, anyway. They prepare the cocktails or mocktails or whatever for the ladies, and Diadem is the first person to arrive as usual, as early as ever. And honestly, I really like that about Diadem. It's a very, very good trait to have, being early at all events. So anyway, she arrives, and then I noticed she and Caroline were talking, and I noticed they're a bit more chatty now. They're not like really stiff towards each other.
I told Miriam, I want you all to come in your alter ego. Yes,
What
I
do
did
you want
right
me
to.
to do now? Me, I'm a good girl, though. I don't like to
Aren't we all, my love?
They talked about Dabuta and her travel, so I didn't really get it. One person was saying Dabuta was in Spain, and another person was saying Dabuta was in London, so I don't know where exactly she is. But anyway, they established it that she had gone for business, and they put a video call through to Dabuta. Dabuta picks it up, and they discuss and whatnot. And immediately after that call ends, Mariam and Sophia come in, because Mariam had gone to Sophia's house to pick her up.
Hey, baby. Hi, my love. I'm downstairs, oh. Are you ready?
OMG.
Did you have a microscope in my
Not we
house?
twinning.
You look gorgeous. I love your hair.
Thank you.
Not the Whitney. It's the Whitney look for me. I love it. You look amazing.
Thank you.
I can't wait. Let's
Are we
go.
getting drunk tonight?
So they both went to the event together. Mariam and Sophia come in, and even Sophia had mentioned that she wanted to surprise Caroline with her presence. So yes, and Caroline was really surprised. So they settled in, and Miriam asked, "How does Caroline know Sophia?" Regular interview questions, right? So Caroline says she knew her from Snapchat, and they were supposed to do some sort of business together, but Caroline never really had the time. Caroline says she was always the one that was cancelling and disappointing Sophia and whatnot, and she even apologized there. I like that. And Caroline then mentions something quite strange.
Ordered
Yes.
some resorts
I'm always-
because we live in the same
Estate,
estate.
yeah.
So
Is it like a ready-to-wear brand?
Yes.
I thought I know Sophia said she knows Caroline, but I didn't think they've never met each other in the same estate.
She says that she and Sophia live in the same estate, but they've never met physically, and they've never talked. And I was quite shocked. And yes, Miriam also expresses the surprise, which is, how can you anyway? Maybe it will be explained further down the line, because I can't imagine someone that you have been discussing with on Snapchat, that you want to do business with on Snapchat, and the person actually stays in your estate and you've never met the person physically. I don't know. So Mariam introduces Diadem to Sophia as well, and they greet each other. And in the diary room, right, Diadem says,
Sophia Momodu, yeah, she's Imade's mom. Yeah. Meeting Sophia for the first time, she's giving up that cool, chill vibe. And I love it, contrary to what has been going on online about her, So yeah, I really love what I see.
on the other end, in Sophia's diary room, she says,
I don't know Diadem. We don't roll in the same circles. So I honestly, and I'm not even trying to be cheeky, I really just don't know the lady.
it was not what she said, it was the way she said it. The way she said it sounded strange, like she and Diadem have had issues in the past. That was the way it came out. I was a bit surprised there. And then in the diary room, Diadem says, "Oh, I haven't watched any of Caroline's movies." Okay, that came as a shock to me, because how can you be in entertainment and fashion and beauty and all this stuff, and you have never watched any of Caroline's movies? Like, hello. The ordinary citizen, has watched Caroline's movies before. I haven't watched this new one that she did, My Fated Wedding, but I've watched her other movies. So it came as a surprise. Even Miriam says the same thing, that she hasn't watched any of Caroline's movies, and I'm like, where have these people been? Like, were you guys living under a rock or what? So it's only Laura that says that yes, she has watched Caroline's movie before.
I grew up watching Caroline on TV. Caroline, according to her, started quite early. I think I knew Caroline I saw Caroline in the music video when I was in secondary school.
I don't know what.
Hey Laura, that's a shade. That's a classy way to shade someone. As she's there, Carol receives a phone call from her boyfriend. And then when she's about to pick it, Miriam then says,
Oh, sorry. You guys can continue.
No, speaker.
Like, Miriam is about to be very, very nosy again in this episode. I thought she had relaxed after episode 3, but it's like she's picking it up again in this episode. Why would you say someone should put a call on speaker? And then Caroline says, no, I'm not going to put you on speaker. And she was answering the call. And as she was answering the call, then Diadem does something funny.
I can call my baby.
Honestly, I don't know. You see this Diadem, when it comes to her relationships, right? This relationship, I don't even understand this lady at all. I get confused by the minute. Like, what was that? So when Caroline and Diadem are done with their calls to their booze, right, then that's when Laura comes in. Diadem mentions that she misses Dabuta, and I can understand, because Dabuta is the person that she's closest to in the group, and now she's the only one that's left with facing these women on her own, right? Anyway, they all watch the movie together. We just see snippets of the movie. There was Kanayo in the movie. with Caroline. So those are snippets. I'll try my best to get the movie, watch it, and review it as well, separate from this review. After they finished watching the movie, right, Miriam mentions in the diary room that she honestly didn't notice that Dabuta was in there. Okay. They are still hanging on to some sort of fight that is not really there. That's what I can see. Because, Miriam still doesn't understand. I guess it's because of what happened in episode 3 when Dabuta didn't get up to greet her. And because Miriam didn't know that Dabuta's dress was ripped. So I guess she's still hanging on to that, thinking that Dabuta has an issue with her because of and they are still single statements, right? So I think that's what's going on there. So Caroline tries to explain the movie that they just watched to them. Caroline explains the character that she acted. Her name is Tima. And that the character,
As you can see, Tima is just dating one old man that doesn't send her.
And I felt weird by that comment. Like, that comment struck a chord. And let me explain, right? Miriam's name is Tima. And Caroline's character is Tima. I know Miriam is married to an older man. And this Caroline's character, she's chasing after an older man that doesn't care. Like, I don't know if you guys get it. Like, that's what I just thought. And although Miriam didn't mention anything, but that's what I was just feeling like, okay. I just hope it doesn't escalate from here. So Caroline then explains that the movie is about Kayamata because another character in that movie had used Kayamata for her sugar daddy or whoever. And so whenever the guy leaves, this lady was not scared because she knew that the man would always come back to her. And then immediately that statement struck a debate among the women. Some of them were debating that Kayamata is not jazz, it's not juju. Whereas others were saying Kayamata is juju, right? And honestly, I really loved what Sophia did in this place. Sophia just calmly explained Kayamata to these women.
Yeah. Kayamata does have a place in relationships. Kayamata means a woman's things in Hausa. That's what it means.
A woman's thing.
But as someone who was born and raised in the north, and what you guys call Kayamata and you people are doing is definitely not Kayamata.
So what they are doing, other ladies are doing, is like voodoo.
From a young age, you have already started cooking with Kayamata because it's like herbs. It's not juju like it's made out to be in the south. In the north, it's just herbs. It's you just kind of self-caring with herbs and cleaning out your system sometimes, or whatever it is that you're using that particular Kayamata product for. But over here, since I came to this Lagos,
They mix it with all sorts of things.
They've turned it
they've
to something
stigmatized
else.
it. They've turned it into something else that is actually not.
Said she grew up in the north. I did too. And we see all this stuff. Kayamata is not. There's nothing diabolical about it. It's just herbs. It's to prepare you for adulthood. So that so that women don't have fertility issues and stuff like that. That's just what it's about. It's not really different from the IV shots that Diadem is getting, right? IV shots make her look beautiful and all this stuff. That's just what it is. It's just it's like traditional IV shots. That's what Kayamata is. So I love the way Sophia really explained it. I love that she gave that education, right? And I really hope that they hold on to it because, like she said, Kayamata is actually misconstrued in southern Nigeria. And yes, when I relocated to southern Nigeria, I started hearing all this stuff about Kayamata using it on a man so that you never go away. No, that's not what it does. People now, they are now calling jazz Kayamata, which is not the same thing. So I really love the way Sophia explained it. And some of the women were just saying, and they just explained in the diary room. I get on very well with my man. I don't really need Kayamata. Like, they just did not get the points that Sophia was making. That's what I would say. From what they're saying in the diary room, did not get the point Sophia was making. Honestly, I really respect Sophia for setting it straight here and explaining what it really means. Respect, 100. So Laura in the diary room says that she would like to have a one-on-one discussion with Caroline, but she doesn't want to do it where those women are. So she'll probably fix some other place and time for them to discuss. Let's see how it goes. She has been postponing this discussion from episode 3. And I thought she'd get to do it in this episode 4. So maybe it's episode 5 that she do it. So after that, they play games, they pick cards. And then when you get your card, you read whatever is on your card and you do what's there. So the first person to go is Carol. She reads her card and her card says she should pick a lady there and give the person a lap dance. And let me tell you, without thinking twice, Caroline just went to Miriam. It was funny. She really gave Miriam the lap dance. It was funny, but when she actually read the card, I just knew that she'd go to Miriam. Because that's the way Miriam portrays herself, like, oh, I'm this bad bee, I like this kind of stuff. You remember in season 1 when she came around and she was just throwing curse words, like she really, that's the way she portrays herself, like she's this kind of person that's into this kind of stuff. She's very kinky and whatnot. So definitely, even if it was someone else that read the card, I'm telling you, it is Miriam that they'll go for. I don't know how Miriam feels about that. If she's okay with it, fine. So Laura's talked about porn, like if any of them have subscribed to a porn site, and then everybody was acting holy until Sophia then explained that
I agree with her because I read somewhere that watching porn is actually really bad for your brain.
of which Caroline actually agreed with her. And Sophia was again educating them on the effects of porn on the brain for both men and women. And I could see the way Miriam has set her face. It's like she giving this face like, who is this Sabi Sabi? Like, why did I come with this Sabi Sabi bookworm sort of thing? And Caroline asked Sophia where she learned it from, and she said she read about it. So I don't know why Miriam was feeling uncomfortable that Sophia was saying all this. But anyway, in the end, the people who watch porn actually exposed themselves, and while Sophia was explaining about the damage on the brain, and Miriam was then saying, oh, okay, when you go on social media, what's that chemical that your body produces? And Sophia says dopamine. She said, is it not the same dopamine that you get for watching? She now understands. I don't understand what Miriam was trying to do. Was she trying to compare going on social media to watching porn? Like, as she was saying it was what Laura's.
So, but the difference between porn and social media, one relieves you. It makes you,
Remy Chama!
relieves you.
The thing was so funny. Honestly, I really loved this scene. This scene of this movie premiere. Like, the ladies were just chill. They were just laughing. They were just throwing jokes. The whole thing was just funny. I laughed. And it was in this their discussion. It was this discussion that Laura said, oh, what about that your jacket? And Miriam said something like, we need that for me. And Laura was talking about the jacket that Miriam had thrown to Faith in season 2, and Faith had thrown away. The jacket that Faith has said Miriam had gotten over, is it eBay or what? Like, and in the diary room, Miriam was really, really pissed.
Laura, are you bringing up last year's conversation about my jackets? No, it's not my jacket, oh. It's my panty hose. No, an anchor. No, the jacket, oh. Swing. Really, that's what we're doing? Something disrespectful that happened last year. Here.
Where?
Here.
Where?
All the way. Here.
Don't put that. This?
Here.
This is a
Here.
grown up.
Your body.
Baby, get your flat ass down.
I could also be disrespectful. I could also repeat the facts that Caroline called you a runs girl.
What? Like, Miriam, calm down. Like, you could see that Miriam was really, really upset and angry. And I was just like, Miriam, calm down. Like, it's just, people are just throwing jabs. Like, this is just jokes. Don't take this thing seriously. And she said, don't worry, Laura, I'm going to call you, I'm going to discuss with you seriously. I'm like, Miriam, don't vex. So, Laura, don't go missing. No, Miriam, don't vex. Let's see how that will go. So when Sophia read her card, she called Caroline and she asked, does Caroline want truth or dare? And Caroline said she wants dare.
There. Pick any player and make out with them.
And then Caroline then faced the other. It was also funny. And you know what the other was doing? No, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. I just noticed that Miriam had brought out her phone and was recording.
I think that girl was very freaky.
What? Girl, you guys are just, this is like a game. What was Miriam doing? I was just thinking like, why was Miriam doing this? Like, why did she bring out the phone? Scandal? Is it for scandal or what? God. Like, Miriam, like, honestly, I was a bit disappointed with what Miriam was, the comment that she made about Laura, because Laura brought up an issue from season 2, and then this, I was really, really disappointed because these guys are it's just games. Like, it's not like as if anybody was being serious. But anyway, we don't see the makeout scene, so we don't know whether they made out or not. So, the games were over, and then Caroline shared gifts, and that was how this episode ended. So I like this episode. It was short, it was straightforward, but I really wish that there was more to it. It was straightforward, it was funny, it was entertaining. So let's wait to see what episode 5 brings. So that's the end of this review. See you in the next one. Bye.
So I'm going to give everyone one free day in the shutlet. So anytime you're tired and you want to get away from the hustle and bustle, you have one free day in the shutlet each.